Hello dear students, beta I am Jagdish, your English teacher. Today we shall read lesson number 6 of supplementary reader, The Making of a Scientist by Robert W. Peterson. ये एक अमेरिकन साइंटिस्ट है जिसकी हम बायोग्राफी पढ़ेंगे, ब्रीफ बायोग्राफी। इस साइंटिस्ट का नाम क्या है? रिचर्ड ई ब्राइट, और ये मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजिस्ट है। अभी कहा है? हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजिस्ट का मतलब साइंटिस्ट एट हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी। हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी कहाँ है? यूएसए, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। तो ये बिल्कुल लेट अस टॉक इन इंग्लिश फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग बिकॉज वी हैव टू राइट द समरी इन इंग्लिश इटसेल्फ। सो he when he was in 3rd standard, his father died. Then his mother brought him up and she provided all the necessary equipments he was interested in. He was interested in learning. So he did not have any friends. He lived alone with his mother. There was no friends nearby with whom he could play. So his mother assumed the role of a playmate. And where was he born? He was born at Reading. Reading is also a city in Pennsylvania. Where is Pennsylvania? In North America. North America बिल्कुल कनाडा के साथ में सीमा लगती है. So this is both the boundaries of Canada and North America, they are adjacent to one another, to each other. So she provided all the necessary equipments for his learning. He was interested in every type of learning. So she provided him with microscope, with telescope, with other equipments like mounting materials, cameras, so all these things. And later on she got him a children's science book. The name of the book is The Travels of Monarch X. Monarch का मतलब होता है राजा, किंग। तो ट्रेवल्स ऑफ मोनार्क एक्स का मतलब है कई तरह की बटरफ्लाईज होती हैं, सो मेनी टाइप्स। सो उनमें से मोनार्क जो है वो एक बटरफ्लाई है। इट माइग्रेट्स फ्रॉम नॉर्थ अमेरिका, फ्रॉम नॉर्थ ईस्ट अमेरिका, फ्रॉम नॉर्थ वेस्ट अमेरिका टू द सेंट्रल अमेरिका। व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस एंड हाउ डज इट माइग्रेट टू सेंट्रल अमेरिका? दिस वॉज द इश्यू मेनली डिस्क्राइब्ड, elaborated in this book. So this book opened a world of science for that small child. What was the name of the book? The Travels of Monarch X. Later on he started at the back of that book, Dr. Urquhart. Dr. Urquhart had requested the readers in the end of the book to tag butterflies, to place a tag on the butterflies and to let them fly, let them move wherever they wish. So they use those monarch butterflies, they naturally fly towards Central America. So Richard E. Bright, he started tagging them. उनके ऊपर वो पंखों के ऊपर टैग लगा देता बिल्कुल हल्का सा, और वो उनको छोड़ देता फ्लाई करने के लिए, उड़ने के लिए। सो Then those butterflies moved towards, only 2 of them were recaptured. Only 2 of them were recaptured. But that was more than, that was not less, because science needs proof. And 1% result, 1% outcome, half percent, 0.01% is also enough, sufficient to the going on continuity of the research work. So then for the research work, he gave his contribution, he contributed, but this was a tedious work. Running after the butterflies, they are not easily caught. So what did he do? He started raising flocks of butterflies, monarch butterflies, in his basement. And he studied the development of a butterfly from the first stage. First stage of a butterfly development is egg, then pupa, then caterpillar, and then the butterfly becomes full grown up butterfly. What are the stages? First is egg, then pupa, then caterpillar, then full butterfly. He started raising them in his basement, and he studied those stages of their development. And he especially, why did he raise them in his basement? So that he could send them, he could tag them and let them fly away towards Central America or wherever they wish to go. So then what happened? This bond with Dr. Urquhart, who was a professor or scientist in Toronto University, Canada, this bond remained for all his life. He is now a molecular biologist, Richard E. Bright. So this bond of the teacher and the student, the pupil, both, he played the role of a mentor, Dr. Urquhart, Frederick A. Urquhart. Then his name was Frederick A. Urquhart. Then in the sixth class, he took part in county science fair. County means district. In America, districts are called counties. So he did not show any experiment. He simply dissected some frog or some other organism and he presented it. So those slides did not get him anything, did not win. He became very sad. Then later on, he entered in the science county fair in the 7th class, next grade. It means he did not stop. He did not stop working on his project. That is, we are talking about the qualities, the traits which make a scientist, how a scientist is made. So, although he became sad, he did not give up. In the 7th class again, he took part in that science county fair. He presented an experiment of science project in which he showed that a big number of monarch butterflies die every few years. In a very big number, almost all of them die in pupa stage. And he gave the reason of their death was a beetle, छोटा सा, जैसे वो गोल रंग के, जिस तरह जिनको लोकल लैंग्वेज में क्या बोलते हैं, भृंग बोलते हैं, जैसे भंवरे होते हैं, तो भूंड बोलते हैं लोकल लैंग्वेज में. तो उस तरह का वो that beetle, those beetles were responsible for their deaths. Although he could not prove anything, but this experiment got him winning position. He won some position. In 8th grade, he presented another project, submitted another project, science project. In this project, he showed that there are two types of butterflies which resemble, which are of the almost same kind. So in that, what are those? One is viceroy butterflies and the other is monarch butterflies. Viceroy butterflies, they copy the monarch butterflies. Why do they copy? Because viceroy butterflies are eaten very deliciously in big numbers. Birds eat them, these viceroy butterflies, because they are very tasty to the birds. And monarch butterflies are not eaten in that big number because they do not seem to be tasty to the birds. So viceroy butterflies copy monarch butterflies so that they could protect their lives. This project, this theory he propagated, this project he submitted in the Science County Fair. Here he got the first position in zoology department, and overall in the Science County Fair he was positioned third. Then in 9th class, so he started winning. In the 9th class he presented another theory. He talked about the tiny gold spots which are present on the wings of monarch butterflies. Why are they present? General opinion is that they are present for decoration, so that the monarch butterflies could look beautiful. But Dr. Urquhart, who was his mentor, Richard E. Bright's mentor and guide, he and both Richard E. Bright, both of them had another opinion. So he showed with a research that those gold spots were not present for decoration. They were present there on the wings of monarch butterflies from the pupa stage, because those gold spots produce a hormone which is necessary for the full growth, full development of a pupa into the full grown monarch butterfly. So he presented this theory, and at later stages it proved to be right. In 10th class, so that in 9th class he won the first position in Science County Fair, and he got entry into the International Science Fair, Science and Engineering Fair. In 10th class he got the first position in the Science County Fair again. In 11th class also, in 11th class he won the first position in the International Science and Engineering Fair, and in 12th class he won the first position in Zoology Department of International Science and Engineering Fair. Then he moved on to university, Harvard University, USA. There he continued his work, did not give up the work, and he also identified the molecular structure, chemical structure of those hormones which were present in the tiny gold spots of monarch butterflies. Then one day at the university, after 1.5 years of freshman college, that is, he was at the university science college. There he was one day looking at the X-ray of those hormones, and he at once was greatly surprised because he got an idea, like Archimedes had got an idea. A king had ordered Archimedes, a scientist, why some things sink into the water and other things do not sink. What is the reason? If you do not give the reason, you will be punished. You will get a severe punishment. Archimedes kept on thinking and thinking and thinking. And when after a few days, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days or 5 days, he was taking baths in his bathtub, and at once he got the idea that the things which are lighter than the volume of the same water do not sink, and the heavier volumed the things which have the more volume than the water, they do sink. So he said, Eureka. Eureka means I got it, I got it, I got it. In the same way, when he, Richard E. Bright, in the same way when he was looking at the X-rays of the hormones of those gold spots present on the monarch butterflies, he got an idea how and why do the cells read the blueprint of their DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, which is responsible for the whole structure of those butterflies, and that DNA is responsible for our body structure, our mental structure, our age, everything. That is the basic units of our structure. So he was reading, he was looking at the structure, and he got the idea, and he started writing about the theory how do the cells read the DNA, understand the DNA of themselves. So in this way, DNA, in this way he got an idea, and for full light with his roommate, he got all the apparatus and started writing the research paper, which was published by an internationally acclaimed science journal. What was that? The Academy of Science and Engineering. This was the journal. The Journal of Academy of Science and Engineering. So for the first time, a student's research paper was published by this internationally acclaimed science magazine, and he became famous all over the world. That is, he became world renowned as a scientist. Up to now he was a researcher. So he stood in the line of scientists, or blooming scientists, you can say. Then he went on to become a science student researcher, and later on he graduated from the Harvard University as an honored graduate from Harvard University, and now he works as a molecular biologist at Harvard University, and he is famous all over the world. That's why we are reading about him. So what are the traits which he has, which he possesses, those qualities? The first quality is, from the beginning he started working for his interest whichever the field of his interest was. And the first quality was he did not give up. In spite of failures, he did not give up. So, first is he kept on moving. The second trait, what is that? Did not stop doing his work. So first thing, if you keep doing your work, continue. In spite of the hurdles, you will achieve the goal you wish, you cherish. Second thing, he had the curiosity. Curiosity of a child. For him, the world is like a wonderland. So the world is like a wonderland for everyone. And one becomes old if he stops learning. And when does he stop learning? When he stops inquiring. If your inquisitiveness, जिज्ञासा, if this is alive, you are a child, you are a pupil, you are a student, you will expand, and expansion is life. So he has not lost. Now he was born in 1959, and till now he has not lost the curiosity he had. The third quality is that he did not combat, did not compete, did not rival in the competitions. He did not enter those science fairs for winning sake, not to get a prize, but he wanted to do his best so that he could be help to himself and to others, to himself, to his family and friends and to others. If we have this mentality, that is doing the best, he did not wish to win prizes by hook and crook. No, he did his best. He tried to do his best. Whether he wins or not does not matter. But he is satisfied that I have done a job to my satisfaction. So these three traits. What are the other traits? These are the main traits. What are the other traits? He is not only a scientist, he is a person who is outwardly also, who wants to mix with other people, who want to talk to others, who want to know the feelings of others. And he had many other qualities. He was not bookworm. So being bookworm is not bad, but you have not to forget all the other spheres of life. You have not to forget your well-wishers, your parents, your friends, your teachers, your environment. You are connected to it. So he is a good public debater, good public speaker, and he is an expert nature photographer. He is also a good canoeist. Canoeist means he boats very well in water, boating. And these are the qualities, these are the things which make a great scientist. So he is a scientist, molecular biologist at Harvard University, still living at the age of 60, almost 61. So beta, this was the lesson, the making of a scientist. We were talking about Richard E. Bright. His mother called him Richie, in short. And the author is Robert W. Peterson. So read this lesson with the help of the lecture we have attended. And secondly, I shall also provide you with the PDF notes. Okay, beta?